will begin with your like speaking plus vocabulary session, and we will have a word, and we will make some questions about the same and how can we utilize the same in different like situations. You ready with that? Jaspreet, are you ready? Okay, so you must be in your comfortable positions. I hope so, and I also expect that one whenever you will reply, and you use your full of your energy. And if you're not willing to reply, kindly just simply say I don't have any answer. Okay, so that we will not waste our time, and we will work on the words alongside. We will say that where we can utilize that one. Okay, so shall we start with the first word? That the first word that we have, the first word we have is self-esteem. Which one is that? Self-esteem. How many of you know self-esteem? What is self-esteem? How many of you know that? Okay, Sudhanshu, do you know this word self-esteem?
No, sir.
Okay. Jaspreet, do you know this word self-esteem?
No, sir.
Okay. And Jaskaran also. Like, I need not to say it again and again to whom I'm asking. One by one you can reply. If one do not have the answer, other do not have the answer. At the end, I will try to fix my answer, and then you will understand. I feel so. Okay. So self-esteem. What is our self-esteem? Self-esteem is like something um, which is our what we say more to our prestige. Yeah, self-respect. Very nice. It can be our self-respect. Who gave the answer? Who gave the answer? Okay, Simran has given the answer. Welcome, Simran. So you can reply in between. You can let me know that whether you understand the word or not. Okay, self-esteem is your self-respect. Like if something hits your self-respect, you feel irritated. Okay, when something doesn't look to your self-esteem, then like if you have belief in yourself, that is your self esteem. That means you believe in yourself, that I am right in something. That means that is your self esteem. If somebody hits your self esteem, then if some work doesn't look good to your self esteem, then you don't do it. That means you believe that that is wrong. That will be obviously it will go against you. Okay, and where can we use this word self-esteem? It is mostly and most probably in the topics where the people are in the talk. Okay, like when we are talking about somebody's personality, we can add to that one. He's a man of self-esteem. Okay, who believes in himself or herself. That means so self-esteem is that one, or like a certain sort of. There are lots of words that comes out of that self-esteem. It hits my self-esteem, or you have self-esteem. That means you have believe in yourself, or something like when it becomes a prestige issue, we use the word dignity for that. Okay, but self-esteem is like when you believe in yourself. Other words are used for the prestige, like your dignity, your other aspects. So I think it is clear. Where can we use this self-esteem word? Like when we have believe in ourselves. Okay. So he was like quite motivated. For example, somebody is quite motivated about himself, then the person can use the word self-esteem for that person. So the next word that we are going to talk about is stereotypical. Stereotypical. If anybody knows that word, please let me know that. Stereotypical. What is stereotypical? Anybody? If you have the reply, please let me know that. Otherwise, say no once. Then we can.
No, sir.
Yeah, okay. So Danshu doesn't know that. Anybody else? Okay, I can understand that one. If somebody is not replying, that means You don't know the answer. Stereotypical, stereotypes. We say stereotypes. The systems, the trends, the the kind of trends that are made just because of the following of the people, those would be stereotypes. Stereotypical means having the typical qualities, something which has a typical quality, something which has a usual way of happening, that would be stereotypical. So we should not have a stereotypical approach, like if some people are there and they have what we say, an like an orthodox approach towards the society. We should not follow that stereotypical attitude all the times. We should be dynamic in nature. Like people must be dynamic in nature. That means people must change their ideas with the passage of time and with the requirement of the time. Okay, they must change their attitude. Okay, they must not be stereotypical all the times, or otherwise we can say that, for example, if we say that uh, the kind of shots that Sachin Tendulkar plays, that those are quite stereotypical, that have the typical qualities, that means the classic qualities something has. Okay, stereotypical, stereotype, the trends, basically it is related to most of the trends, mostly to the trends. So I hope so the word is clear to you. Now the like third word, I think this word would be clear to someone. Okay, actually to everyone. Fall, fallible, fallible. What do you mean by fallible? If there is no answer, please say no. Fallible, please.
fall is the path to गिरना होता है.
Okay,
Mistake, sir.
mistake. Mistake means making mistake. Yeah, the person who makes mistake can be fallible. That the person who is able to make mistakes, the person who can be wrong, okay, and and has the tendency to do mistakes. That means all human race is fallible. That means to err is human and to forgive is divine. We used to hear that. Okay, to do the errors, to do the mistakes is human quality, and that means human race is fallible. Fallible means they have the ability to do something wrong in life also. So that means they are fallible. So nobody in the world is infallible. We can say that everyone is fallible. Fallible means somebody who can do mistake, and who can, like, we cannot say that the person can be perfect in life. So everyone is fallible. Okay, everyone is fallible means everyone can do the mistake. Everyone can attempt some mistakes in their life. So I hope the word is clear. Is it clear to you, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's really nice. Okay. Next word is sociable. What is sociable? Sociable is a word which is more related to the society. Okay, sociable. So sociable, societable. That means the person who will make relations with the society. The person who is quite friendly with the society is a sociable person. The person who likes to go for outings. The person who likes to talk to the people. That person is a sociable person, who love to seek company or who seeks company. That person would be a sociable person. And there are two terms which are related to the word sociable. I would like to write over there. Okay, amicable and amiable. Okay, both words you can use in alternative situations, but they have a little bit different meaning, but still they are related to being friendly and being very social towards the society, and who is able to talk to the society. For those people, these two terms are used: amicable, amiable, and sociable. Sociable means quite friendly, quite company lover. That means who loves to accompany people, who loves to make friends with others or in others, and who loves to find company. That person is a sociable person. Okay, you can say that the people who are quite extrovert, they love to make company with others, and they are more sociable in their approach. Did you understand the term sociable?
Yes.
Okay. Now the next word is tendency. Tendency. What is tendency? Anybody?
Shamta, sir.
Tendency. Tendency. Shamata.
Tendency Shamta. Yes, sir.
Tendency. Shamata. That is ability. Shamata, capability. Can be. Kshamata can be capability, ability of somebody, but tendency. You must be taking it to the capacity. Capacity also is Shamata. But tendency is a different one. He tend to do that mistake. He tend to do that mistake. So that means um, when something is a natural action or natural behavior or repeated action, if somebody does a repeated action, in that sense we can say that that is I would say like tendency of the person to do that mistake. That means the person has the ability to redo the mistakes again and again, or redo that behavior again and again. He he tend to he tend to find company as he's quite sociable in nature. He tend to find company as he is quite sociable in nature. Because he is quite sociable in nature, he tend to find company. That means his usual behavior is like that. He loves to make company like that. Okay, I hope so the word is clear. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. So the word like from tend it became tendency. Tendency is in the noun form. Tendency of somebody or tendency of something to happen. Tend is the verb form. So in the verb place we will use it as tend. Okay. So just wait. Just wait. And the next word. Now looking into the next word. Um, the word is gender. Gender. So this term actually is taken in the wrong sense when we actually relate it to sex. Okay, when we say sex, people think that it is some course of intercourse we are talking about. We like when we say it, when we compare it to the gender, gender means itself a sex. Okay, a sex means it can be a male, it can be a female. Okay, a male or a female, like collectively as a gender community we will call them a sex. Okay. Like his sex is he's a male, his sex is she's a female. Okay, so we don't take it in the wrong sense. It is we should not take it in the wrong sense. um, like when it comes to learning the words, so utilizing them in a certain way will make their meaning different. So try to understand gender is equal to sex. So it's like somebody's sex can be a male, somebody's sex can be a female. Okay. So gender, when it comes to the gentleman wording, so there we try to actually use the word gender. Okay, gender. Which gender you belong to? Are you what we say transgender? Are you a male? Are you straight? Are you female? Or whatever category of gender you have. For that one, we say the word gender or sex. Okay, so do not use it in that wrong terminology. Okay, don't use it in the wrong terminology. And then we have the next word, lifetime. I think this word is quite clear to everybody. Just breathe or just breathe. Yeah, just breathe.
Yes, sir.
What is lifetime? Lifetime. No clue? If you know the term, please say yes. If you don't know, please say no. There is no reply from your side. I would consider it no. And Simran, what would you say? Lifetime. I will give one example. He got a lifetime, yeah, lifetime achievement award. Yeah, what is that?
Yeah,
Excuse me.
duration of personal life.
Lifetime, yeah, can be in that sense also, but lifetime achievement award is given for when for the time being you being alive, and you are a legend. Okay, you are a legendary person, and you have done a lot of work in that, and you are a veteran in that sense. That means you have achieved name, fame, and your age as well. And obviously, um, after the contribution towards one particular genre of what we say, work. For example, somebody is in the Bollywood and had contributed towards that Bollywood industry a lot, or Bollywood industry a lot, and that person will get some lifetime award. Lifetime award, that means um, for being alive during that period of time when you are alive, that is lifetime. Okay, the lifetime of or we can use it in other sense also, lifespan. Okay, lifespan would be, that means what would be the lifetime of a butterfly, lifespan of the butterfly. So in that sense we can use the word lifetime. Then the next word is empathize. I think I've used this term somewhere. Empathize, I think I've cleared this fundamental by the word pathos. Pathos means feeling. Empathize means keeping yourself in the place of others. Okay, like wearing somebody's place or wearing somebody's shoes. Okay, and you know that what's the real deal. Okay, what's the meaning of being in somebody's place? Someone, to understand somebody's feeling, being in their place, considering yours. For example, I'll give you one example. um, um, Being a beggar is quite a deal of work. Okay, like it's not a work actually, but still, for being the beggar, you have to be in the place of a beggar, why the person like behaves that way. So for being a labor worker, okay, then definitely you will have to be in the place of that person. So then you will understand, you will have the feeling of understanding for the person when you will do that thing. Okay, if until or unless you have done it, you can't say that you are well and good in that, and you know that what are the repercussions, what are the difficulties, what are the ordeals and tough times the person goes through. Okay, until or unless you empathize with the person. So till then you won't know that empathizing is really important word. Empathy, from empathize, I told you, the understanding the feeling of somebody, being in the place of someone. And then there is the term called hardwired. Let me write it over there. Hard wired. Hardwired.
Sir, empathize with S or Z.
Empathize, empathize ends with s if we are writing British English, and if we are writing American English, we end it with z. Okay, so
Okay.
it can be written with s as well, with z as well, both possible. Okay, so it depends upon the word and in which sense we are writing, and in which accent are we actually writing. Or actually accent is only hearable thing, but somehow in which way we are writing depend on that, it depends. Okay, then there is the term called hardwired, as I told you. Hardwired means somebody who has automatic behavior, somebody who would actually behave automatically in a certain way. That means that is thing hardwired thing to happen. Like for example, if you know that naturally if somebody will will turn into action in a certain way, then the person is hardwired to do that. That means, for example, if you have slapped your friend, or if you've seen that one of your friend has a quality, or maybe anger is somehow not a quality, uh, still it can work wonders sometimes. So that person is hardwired about behaving in an angry way. Hardwired means automatic behavior, somebody who has a tendency to do that naturally. For that means it will be hardwired. Okay, as you have behaved very badly with your friend, so it was a hardwired thing to happen, that the person has slapped you back. So that is hardwired, automatic behavior of someone to do. Okay, hardwired in that sense. Okay, and then thereafter there is a word habitually. Habitually, we say habitually, sorry, we say from word habit it became habitual. Habitual would be like next turn to the habitually. Okay, a habit means somebody's habit. He has a habit of sleeping at 10 o'clock, so that is the person's habit. Okay, habitual. Habitual, he is habitual to sleep at 10 o'clock. He is habitual to sleep at 10 o'clock. It's habitual behavior of his that makes him sleep at 10 o'clock. So that will be changed into adjective form. But when we say habitually, it is adverb form of the word, and in that we say habitually means in the habitual manner. So that means it will describe the adjective in that sense. Habitually, usually, repeatedly. Habitually I sleep at 10 o'clock every night. So habitually, usually I sleep at 10 o'clock, or on the regular basis I sleep at 10 o'clock or whatever time. So you will change the statement accordingly, but the word can be used in different forms, I guess. So then there is another like word called adolescent. Adolescent, we say. Adolescent. What is adolescent? Anybody? Anybody? Please tell me the term adolescent.
In a young age,
Yeah, young age, not longer.
means age between 12 up to 17, above 18.
Okay, above 18. Above 18 means above 18 is 24 as well. Above 18 is 20 as well. Above 18 is 21 as well. Up to what?
Below 18, below 18, below 18.
Are you sure?
Yes, yes.
We actually we have a similar word for adolescent. That term is known as teenager. We call that term to be teenager. Teenager. Why we call teenager to be teenager? Can you please tell me? Anybody? We usually keep the word young or young ones or children to 12 years of age. Then we say 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. So that is why they are called as teenagers. That is why they are called as adolescent. Okay, adolescent is equal to teenager, that means the same term for both of them. Teenager, that means who falls in the age of 13 to 19. Okay, the one who falls in the age of teen. Okay, so mathematically we say 18, 19 and all that. Okay, in that sense we have term this term. Okay, so teenager. So teenagers are actually quite rushy, or what we say, quite filled with adrenaline rush. You know, adrenaline rush is a positive or a negative kind of energy. You know, it, they have maximum energy during that period of time when they are in the adolescent period, or especially when they are called as teenagers. Okay, just wait. When they are called as teenagers, they have maximum energy. Okay, for example, if they fall in love with somebody, they will be completely in love with someone. That means they will have adrenaline rush to the maximum, for like they will have more passion in their life. So in the adolescent period, if a child is being taken care of properly and guided properly, the person or the child or the teenager is going to go to the great heights. But if the teenager falls in the bad company, the child will fall throughout the life, will keep on struggling to make his impression, but won't be able to, since he has lost that time, the maximum time, like which was filled with energy, adrenaline rush, in the negative way. So there we must guide our children, or we might guide ourselves by self analysis, by introspection sometimes, so that we can understand what's wrong and what's right for me. Okay, based upon that we can make our decisions. That's what actually the thing that we should do with us. Okay, the next word, sibling. Okay, everybody must know this word sibling, because sibling is your real brother, blood relation, brothers and sisters. When you have your brothers and sisters in the blood relation, means to say that real brothers and sisters, for them we use sibling. But for other, like your uncle's son or uncle's daughter, would be your cousin. Okay, we call them cousin, remember that. Okay, and then there is a term like characteristic. What is characteristic? Sorry, spellings are wrong. Okay, characteristic. What is characteristic? From character it became characteristic. Character means something which is in your character. Characteristic, that means the kind of features. Nice. I think Simran has given the reply. Okay, so typical features, we can say them. Typical features of someone would be characteristics of someone. That means, when we talk about science students, they learn lots of things, sorry, huge amount of knowledge they get. And in that one they learn the questions related to the characteristics of elements, the features of different elements. So features of people also can be used in that sense, like somebody's characteristics or somebody's way of usual behavior, that is the characteristic of that person. Characteristics. Okay, so try to use such words which will really help you to make it happen, you know. And then we have the term responsibility. Responsibility. What is responsibility?
जिम्मेदारी.
Jimmedari or jimmewari, in whichever sense you can say it. Responsibility is made from response. Okay, from respond actually. Respond, how somebody responds to something, how somebody gives the response to something, how somebody is so responsible about something, and how something becomes the responsibility of someone. Okay, so depends upon the word. If ends with ty, then usually we say that it's a noun. So responsibility is also a noun, and in the way we use that in the sentence, it will make it a noun or a verb or adjective or adverb. Okay, depends upon that, it will be become like that. Okay, responsibility. What is responsibility? Responsibility means like somebody's like what we say, duty. If somebody is obliged to do something, somebody is ordained to do something, so somebody's duty, it must be. That is why somebody is quite responsible for that. That becomes a responsibility of that person. So your responsibility is as being a student would be to learn these words and try to use them in your daily life. And my responsibility becomes, my duty becomes, I am obliged to tell you all these words, since these are quite useful in your learning. Okay, next word, individual. Individual, we know that individual, like we which like the person or one person, any person can be called as, and we cannot divide that person, no. One person, being one being, being one being, being one person, being a human being, being a person, is known as being a creature. Not a creature actually. Individual. Individual means single also. Individual means person also. Okay, remember that. Individual, that is your individual quality. That means that is your specific separate quality. That is individual quality. So which makes you different from others, which is in you only. That means which makes you a person who attains that quality only. Individual. Okay, in that sense we can use that. Then the next word is resemble. Resemble, everybody know that. What is resemble? Resemble means which looks similar. Something looks similar. Okay, if something looks similar, okay, I'll add to your knowledge that whenever r sound comes at last, we do not pronunciate that. We say similar, we don't say similar. Okay, we don't say similar, we say similar. Okay, similar. Why we say similar? Whenever it comes at last, when the r sound comes at last, we as a, in the last syllable, we don't say. We say sister, we don't say sister. Okay, we don't say car, we say car. Okay, so that is why we say it. Okay, resemble, I think, which looks similar, which looks alike, which looks alike or look like, look alike, which looks the same. Okay, I hope so the word is clear. Okay, and the next word is very very important, reliable. Reliable, can you please tell me what is the meaning of the word reliable? Anybody, please. Okay, no answer.
They also trust anyone.
To trust anyone, obviously we will use the word rely for that one. I can rely on you, I can rely on your words, I can trust your words, I can believe you. So for that one, the term would be different, not reliable but rely. So rely, you are using it in the wrong sense, it would be rely. Okay, from rely it become reliable. Okay, the one who is being able to rely, okay, or we can rely upon, that person would be a reliable person. The person which can be trusted, the person which can be believed, the person which can be believed and have faith in, would be a reliable person. Okay, we try to give our secrets only to the reliable people. We do not actually reveal our hidden treasure of feelings to everybody. We can't actually express it to everybody. So we actually express ourselves only to those people who are quite reliable and we can trust upon them. So in that sense we use the word reliable. Is it okay to everybody? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
The person which can be trusted, we can trust only those people who are very close to us and who knows like what's wrong and right in the life. Okay, okay, the next one is bond. It's not the James Bond. Okay, it's not the James Bond. It's a bond. Bond can be a link. Bond can be a relation. um, we have signed we have signed a bond. Okay, there is a bond signed between uh, his parents and him. Bond, that means agreement. Okay, when we sign agreement or a link, we create a like there is a tie which actually becomes stronger. Close tie. Close tie. Tie means obviously we wear the tie, no, that tie is used to link up between the two things. Conscious is next term.
Something is aware from anything.
Yeah, it's not.
Maybe an alive.
A person can be conscious person. A person can be conscious person when the person knows his surrounding. Okay, for example, you are intoxicated. For example, you are intoxicated with drugs. For God's sake, I don't say that you must be, you should be, or you should never be. Okay, I believe that you should never be. But for example, by mistake, you have intake of alcohol, or for example, if I have taken, if somebody will take it in the wrong sense, for example, if I have taken some intook some alcohol or have drunk something which will make me intoxicated, and definitely what I would be unconscious. I would be unconscious. I won't be aware of the surrounding. I won't be aware of the surrounding. I would be unconscious of the surrounding. Okay, that phenomena of being unconscious would be called as unconsciousness. In 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 the in the time of unconsciousness, in the time of his unconsciousness, he was behaving very badly. He did not behave well. He was quite unconscious. Conscious means he was known, he was aware of everything. I'm conscious. I'm a brand conscious person. I'm not a brand conscious person. Both terms have a certain meaning. If I say I'm a brand conscious person, okay, that means whenever I buy something, I take care of the brand of the thing. So I am aware of the brands of different categories of the clothing. That's why I'm a brand cautious person in the in the shopping of the shoes. Okay, we can be brand conscious in any sense. Okay, we can buy the shoes. In that case, we can buy the any kind of thing like which is of brand. If I love to do that, then definitely I'm a brand conscious person. I'm aware of the brands. I'm known to the brands. I'm in the consciousness to buy only the branded things. Okay, in that case. Otherwise, I'm quite a simple person. As far as my personal view is concerned, I'm quite a simple person. I can buy the clothes because the clothes are made to hide our body, not to actually show off. Okay, for example, if you require the branded clothes, obviously you require them in certain situations when it comes to you are in abroad, and obviously there is a lots and lots of cold outside, and then you can't wear the normal clothes that you buy from India. You will have to buy something from there, and that must be branded one, original one, something which is original. Okay, so that would be original or branded. There is difference, let me tell you. Brands also have copies. um, so try to buy only original products. Yep. So I think it is clear, conscious word is clear to you. And then the next word is the last word, last term for this one, for the people category, that is inherent. Inherent. What is inherent? It is his inherent quality. Inherent quality. What can be inherited? What is inheritance? From inherent, many words comes out, like come out. Inherit. What we can inherit, what our father gives, what our mother gives, we can inherit from them. We can get those qualities. That means the natural qualities that come into us, those are inherent qualities. Inherent. Okay. Inherent. So it is an adjective. Natural qualities. Inherent qualities, that means which are within us, which are in our genes. Genetic qualities. So those qualities would be inherent qualities, because those are naturally given to us because we belong to somebody's DNA. Okay. So inherent would be you have inherited something from someone, and the property, for example, you have inherited from your father would be your inheritance. Okay, that would be inheritance. Or another term for as far as the quality is concerned, that is instinctual quality. Instincts, which is your in your instincts, which you have gotten uh, naturally because of the flow of the qualities from the parents. So in instinctual qualities or instinctive qualities would be which are in your instinct, which are in your instinct, or which are natural to be inherited. Okay, so those would be all your words related to people, and I hope so that you have understood something from the terms that I have taught you today. Like, first is self-esteem, second is stereotypical, then we have talked about fallible, then we have talked about sociable, then we have talked about tendency, then we have talked about gender. Okay, and I have told you that we should not take it in the wrong sense. Then we have talked about lifetime, we have talked about empathize, and thanks for asking whether it ends with se or ze, in whichever sense. And then it's hardwired, and then we have talked about habitually, and then we have talked about adolescent actually. Then I told you the logic behind that. And sibling, then we have talked about characteristic, and then we have talked about responsibility, then we have talked about individual, we have talked about resemble, we have talked about reliable, bond, conscious, and inherent, sorry, inherent. So all these words, I think you will remember these words. So this is it for particular lesson related to the vocabulary.